I was watching the press conference before, Gareth, and before Klopp said something quite interesting about celebrating finals, and he said in Germany we have a parade and in England you're sending us to Southampton, which I thought was quite a good line. But it also got me thinking about, like, you know, I was listening to Neil's thing with Clive Tilsley this morning. He was like about how's the FA Cup changed, and Clive made a good point. It's like the FA Cup's still largely the same, everything else has just changed around it, and I just think you've got a London derby on a Thursday night, and then this backboom Premier League. It's like we're just squeezing everything around it, and there'll be people, I mean, not us, obviously we're going, we've got tickets, but there'll be people who wake up on Saturday and go, oh shit, there's an FA Cup final, and that's a bit of a shame.
It is a bit of a shame, yeah. I seen someone that I know on Facebook share something today, and he's an old fella like me, like, and it was an old TV schedule, and it was like, you know, grandstand starting at 11:30, and then going all the way through to the actual kick-off of the final at 3. And like all various things like quizzes and phone-ins and bits with the manager, and obviously like the players walking around the pitch, going back over the previous rounds. Like, it was a huge deal. And you know, I know some people, and I like it when I see it, still put stuff up in the windows and flags up and stuff like that. But in the 80s, oh my God, it was mad. It was like bunting in the streets, like, you know, everyone had a foil FA Cup. You know, like there was posters in the window. It was an absolutely massive deal. And yeah, that's right, that everything else just took off around it. I mean, Jürgen said in the same press conference that they've had to concentrate on, first and foremost, getting in the Champions League as a way to turn the club around, because the revenue that comes with it, because of the players want to play in that. But that doesn't lessen the fact that lifting an FA Cup is a massive deal. And I've got to be honest with you, I really enjoyed the semi-final.
Yeah,
I'm cynical as fuck about the fact that it's at Wembley and I don't like it. But then having gone down there and beaten City and beating them so well, I was like, that was good, that. And I want a bit more of that. And I'm made up that I got a ticket. Really looking forward to tomorrow. And I've been one to play down a rivalry with Chelsea, but fuck it, let's just say there's massive beef with them and I really want to beat them. There's a massive rivalry, the biggest rivalry ever. Bring it on, because it'll feel nice when we win.
That semi-final was great, Phil, and we still, you know, talk about it. And at the end of a season, we're during a season of big highs and a lot of highs, you know, that's one that's almost a standout. And big semi-final wins can stick with you. You know, we were doing the FA Cup Memories show, we were talking about 2006, and before we even talked about West Ham, I wanted to talk about beating Chelsea in that semi-final because it was brilliant. And that's what great semis can propel you onto final wins like they did that year.
Really can, in particular this season, because how often are you 3-0 up against Manchester City at half time? I know there was reasons why Manchester City weren't the best that day, but I couldn't care less. So you won't remember that in 5 years' time. You won't go, oh well, actually they played Atletico Madrid and the second choice goalkeeper played in goal.
Yeah, they just played that £100 million fella instead of the normal left winger.
You know, we're in a title fight with them at the time. We were in a Champions League fight with them, and we were able to put a marker down and say, right, hang on, we're here. It was great. Wembley's got a lot of stick since it reopened, really, but I sort of think that I listened to you talking on the memories I've listened to it this afternoon, and you were talking about like you feel like you've managed to do Wembley a bit better the last few times, and I think it's partially you figure out what to do that's good. Like, I think I've got a reasonable plan personally that works and is good and ensures you have a good day, but also it does not help if you win. And if you go back sort of 10 years, there was the most miserable cup win we've ever had, which was probably that Cardiff League Cup win, which is like first world problem, isn't it? But it wasn't a great fun, was it? You know, limping into a penalty shootout with Cardiff, being 2-0 down in the shootout and thinking you were getting beaten. That was just quite miserable. And without that, there wasn't anything really big that happened to us at Wembley that made you want to enjoy it. You know, obviously there's the Everton semi-final, but ultimately we say semi-finals are great, but it was, if you lose the cup final, the semi-final is automatically, I don't think it's quite as good. And I'd like to think I'll remember that City game, but it's a lot of it does hinge on tomorrow.
Have you nailed Wembley, Cam? Do you feel like?
Yeah, I feel like our coach drivers finally found a sensible place to park. So, which I'm not going to give away, but yeah, no, I like it. I like Wembley. I think it comes with a lot of stick, but I've had some brilliant days there. I mean, like when I was 14, watching Andy Carroll beat Everton. Can't beat that, really, can you? But no, I'm looking forward to.
Fuck's sake.
We'll pretend that never happened, Phil.
But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to tomorrow. It's like, I'm not going to lie though, this is probably going to be the first FA Cup final I've watched since we were in it in 20. Like FA Cup for me, I've just since we've not been in it or gave interest, I've really just.
I think that's to do with when it is. You know, I was just making the point there around the fact that, you know, there's just
Alright, the Reds, thanks for watching a little bit of a premium Anfield Wrap video there. If you want to watch the rest of that show and get access to much more, click join below. That activates our YouTube membership. It means you get a premium video every day of the week. You get our post-match content, you get reviews, previews and exclusive interviews, all here from the heart of Liverpool. Follow us, follow them. Up the Reds.